Hi there, it's Liz. I want to make a quick video to show you a couple things on Google Meet. Some of them you've probably already found. Some of them you might not be familiar with. Before we get started though, there are two extensions you might want to consider using. If you go to the Google Chrome store, notice it's google.com/Chrome. You can click on extensions. The first one, we're going to type in Meet Grid View. And it's this one right here, Google Meet Grid View. What this is going to do is show, you know how you usually have the thumbnails down the side, it's going to put them in a grid and make it easier. So you can just click Add to Chrome and go ahead and add the extension. I've read the privacy policy. It's actually a teacher in New Orleans who's developed this one. They're not pulling any data at all. Your students can add this one also. Okay, so that's Grid View. The other one that I think is kind of cool is called Nod. And Nod is going to give you a little bar up in the top where students can raise their hand or they can give an emoji response. So I'm going to add that one to Chrome also. Go ahead and add extension. So that's Grid View and Nod. Now let's get started. One of the easiest ways to start, I'm going to go to calendar.google.com. One of the easiest ways to start a Google Meet is to set up a time for your students. Well, I've got a lot of stuff showing here. Hang on. There we go. So I'm going to go to the 31st. Let's say I'm going to have a meet with my kids tomorrow, and I'm just going to set up an event. Checking in, whatever. Notice right here, I can set a specific time by unchecking all day. I can say it's at 10 o'clock. I can change that however I want. Notice right here, sorry, my screen's gigantic right now, where it says add conferencing. If I click here, I can set up a Hangouts meet. Okay, and that's going to give me that link. When I save it, there it is, right in my calendar. Okay, so I can go here, I don't even have to copy it. They've got that right there. I've got this copy link. Now that link can be posted in Google Classroom. It can be sent in an email. You can get that however you'd like to your students. Do not post this link publicly. Don't put it on your Facebook page, on your Twitter. Oh, a lot of my parents check in here. Anyone who has this gets into your Meet. So this is definitely not something that you want to share publicly, all right? But here's your code or the whole link, okay? So I'm gonna come over, I'm gonna say it's my meet time. I can just click right there, it's gonna open it up. Notice meet.google.com. I haven't used it on this account, so I'm going to allow my notifications. I'm gonna allow my microphone and camera. And hang on, I'm gonna turn that one off. This became like Liz Inception, not what we need. Okay, so we're here. No one else is in the meeting, no surprise. And then I'm gonna join now. All right, so now I'm in my Google Meet. Here I am. Now, notice I mentioned the Grid View extension. That's right here. And then the raising hand and thumbs up. That's right here. I'm going to pause this video for a second and I'm going to go join as a couple students. Before I do though, what if I'm in the meeting and they need to know how to join? I have that information right here. Okay, so I can just click down here. I've got the code, I've got this. I can just quickly copy this. If I'm in a different tab in like maybe Google Classroom and someone's going, I can't find it. Copy the info, pop it in there. No problem. All right, now I am gonna go become a couple students, hang on. Okay, so I've added a couple students and I wanna just give you a quick walk around the screen. I showed you here. If I wanna mute myself, I mute here. If I need to turn off my camera, I can do that. It's going to turn off my camera. Okay, I could turn on captions. If I ever want to present my screen, I'm going to click Present Now. I can present my entire screen. That seems to be the easiest thing to do. But then it's going to ask you, click on your screen and then share. So you have to continue a couple more clicks, all right? And then in the three dots, some people have been asking if they can record. We've been waiting for Google to get this feature to us, and they just did, and it's right here. So you can start recording your meeting. I don't know where it saves now that I say that, so play with it and see. You can also change your layout. So notice, we thought we just had to have the sidebar, but you can tile it here also. If the grid view move, well, I don't know, whatever, but know that you have this option. And there are our students. Okay, sorry, I'm home by myself here. So I can also click on participants at the top. I've got my students. I can't see them in the thumbnail right now, and I'm not sure why, but I want you to see I could pin them, which means they won't move around. I can mute them. I have them both muted because they're, right behind me. But I could mute a student. I can't unmute a student though, all right? So if someone's like eating Cheetos and they forgot to mute their microphone, it's no problem. I can just go in and I can mute them, okay? I can also remove them. If there's someone in my call that isn't supposed to be here, I can remove them, all right? I can add someone. So if I need to get a hold of someone, I can add them by email. I guess I can look them up by name. Probably student email is going to be the easiest. I don't know what call does. Put in their phone number. Okay, well, so probably if you're missing someone who's supposed to be there, who said they were going to come, or they're having trouble joining, send them an email. That might help. Okay? All right, so that's what's over here. And then there's the chat. It's a good idea if you're going to have people, if you're going to tell your students they can use the chat, have this open over here while you're presenting. And then send a message to everyone. Okay, and it just shows up right here. This is something to play with. This is good if you have everyone muted and you want them to give you some feedback. But I want to show you these buttons over here. This was that Nod app, okay, that adds this. I could raise my hand. This tells me that I'm raising my hand. If a student uses this, it says, so-and-so has raised their hand, so you can ask them, what do you need? They can unmute themselves. You can click that X to get rid of it. In addition, if you're in the middle of talking or someone's telling a story, students can use these icons. Okay, so I think that's the gist of how you use Google Meets on your computer. So now you're ready to leave. The way that you leave the meeting is the toolbar right down here. And you click Hang Up. All right, and then you left. There you go. And that's how you can use Google Meets.